Okay, so I changed the screen resolution, and now it seems to be doing it. And I changed the resolution that it captures that, and the resolution that it that and I put it in windowed mode. And so now I need to know, is it picking it up because of Windows mode, or is it picking it up because I changed what OBS captures it at. So now yeah, now I have to go back into into my Kindle, and I need to see what this is. I need to see okay. So let's just go into extras. I hate that options is put under a sub menu. I mean, like that should be counted as an extra in the game. So, and then let's see what happens when I go into graphics, and we'll put it into full screen mode, and that should tell us a lot. And so let's try that. All right, let's see what it does. I need to see what it does here. So it seems to be working, except things aren't coming up on the. Except the menu isn't showing anything. Well, okay, that's weird. All of a sudden it's not showing the printing on the menu. It seems to lose something each time, and it seems to be acting really weird now. Let me see what happens when I resume my game. Because, you know, let's just see. I haven't. Yeah. So, yep. It seems. Um, except it doesn't seem to be leaving the main menu. So, okay. Yeah, whenever I start a new game, just to be safe, I like this. Whenever I come back, I like to feed my fish because that's a thing you don't want to neglect doing, especially since I haven't gotten to the point where I can ask Kelly to feed them for me at this point. So, yeah. Okay, so now it's just showing the main menu. So let's see if I put it into. I have to wait for this loading screen to go away. But I want to see if I put it back into windowed mode, will it suddenly start showing the gameplay? Because it was showing the options like without a problem. So yeah, this is a real doozy. Yeah. Let's try window no border. See what that does. Okay. Let's just go here and okay, so it seems to be a problem with running things in full screen mode. Okay. So that's something at least. At least now I know what was going on.
We're flying into the eye of the storm, and you're thinking about some Asari prostitute?
Well, hell, heck yeah, what is this game famous for? I mean, dude. So yeah, but that creates this annoying effect where, so I think I'll put it into with a border so I can move a window around. Yeah, I'll try that, and I'll try moving it so that it's at least blocking OBS being up there, and see is it still going on? Is it still like does it still work with it? Okay, so it still seems to be working. All right. All right, so maybe it was just a matter of it won't do things in windowed mode. Okay, so I'm running around the ship, and yep, things seem to be running. OBS seems to cause it to take a bit of a hit in the frame rate. Oh, well, I say a bit, but a lot of a hit. So yeah, yep. So yep, I read that, and yeah, let's just save this up, and then I'll exit. I'll exit, and then I'm gonna see what happens when I try to. I want to see what happens. Please, I want to see what happens with the Sims Free when I put that into windowed mode. I want to see what happens with that and see if the problem was there. If I can get my disk tray open. The, I hate this because I hate that I have to maintain this disk tray when for modern games all the disk is used for is the initial install and then checking to make sure it's not a pirated copy of the game, which I can get past that, which, yeah, so let's see where this takes us. And let's see where this takes us. And yeah, then I'll conclude this one. So, yeah, if anybody's watching, yeah, this is just me doing these things. Yeah, I avoid the launcher. The launcher just takes up RAM and just does all sorts of things that that I don't really like to deal with. So let so I want to see if it will capture it when I it's gonna be a few minutes here, guys. So yeah, best anyone watching, bear with it. I have to bear with it. I have to wait for it to load up, and then only then can I change the resolution. But at least it's using the yeah. But yeah, one of the things is I always go into the game folder and and I had to recently reinstall The Sims 3. But if that, but yeah, but what I discovered a long time ago was the game launches a lot faster if you don't go for the launcher. So you just find in The Sims Free, you just look around and you just in its folder and you just find its exe file and just create a shortcut you just create a shortcut on your desktop and you'll get The Sims Free going a lot faster. I don't know about The Sims 4, but as I said, I find what this game does with its AI and managing all those AIs to be impressive. Yes, there is a long initial startup period, but I still find it impressive because, well, let me put it this way. They couldn't duplicate it in The Sims 4. With all our additional hardware, they couldn't duplicate it. And as I explained in my Sims Free live stream that I deleted because it didn't work, I have music turned off here because my custom music folder in The Sims is full of my favorite music and it's all copywritten, so I don't want to get in trouble with my live stream if one of my Sims turns on the radio and turns it to the custom station. So yeah, I'm trying to avoid that. So yeah. Oh boy, come on, just Lord, I know. But yeah, The Sims 4, they had to find all sorts of ways to try and fake it, and you don't really have a whole town of people to interact with whose lives are going on, while you're not looking. That's what I find impressive about this game. And that's why it's worth the head. And that's one of the reasons why it's worth the headache to me is because I don't think there's any other game that does this. All the other Sims games just put you in a small neighborhood, and if you're not directly interacting with another Sim, nothing's pretty much happening with them. Their relationship with other Sims that they're with don't really change. You don't see that much. This is the only one, as far as I know, where it actually treats you get an entire town to play around with that does this. So, yeah. So we'll just see if this is gonna work. And, yep, it's loading up the main menu now. You can't tell because, again, no music, and music is the only sound coming. But trust me, it's loading. as I said, there's a long initial load time. So yeah, I want to see how this works out. And do 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 do. And is it just that on every game I need to put it in windowed mode, or OBS won't capture it? That's what I need to know. Oh, if anybody knows how you set up a webcast where you have more than one person on it, somebody in another state or in another part of the world can sign on and you can be talking to each other like you see all the time. And you happen to know where there's a tutorial or how it's done, please leave a comment somewhere on the video and let me know, or link me to that, because I've been searching for days for instructions on how to do that, because I really want to at least know how all this live streaming stuff works. I like to know how all the options that I have for doing something work when I do it. So I know, so I can just say that I know how this works. Now I'm just sort of waiting for the options to load, because when you initially do that, there's a lot of initial waiting in this game, and I think that's one of people's main problems with it. I'd like to run, if I ever get the money, I'd like to get, a more modern system and see if that improves the performance, at all of this game. Or if it just won't read in more modern systems, improved hardware like at all. Or one of the big stumbling blocks of this game is that it's a 32-bit game. And that means that it can only read 4 gigs of your RAM, meaning that no matter how much RAM you have, it'll only read 4 gigabytes of it. So you're in trouble. So you can be in trouble. And yeah, let's see if it works. Okay. Let's see if it'll go all the way into the game with that then. Let's see if it'll go all the way. No, nothing is registered. I got this used at a Goodwill. Yeah, that's what got me into The Sims 3. Is like back, must have been like 2012. Must have been like, yeah, it was late 2012, because I remember I got into The Sims late, but it was late 2012, I remember, because I was still angry about the end to Mass Effect 3 at that point. I found this bundled with price sticker that said $6 on it. Just the base game, the Supernatural expansion pack, and Fast Lane stuff. They were all just taped together with like this little with one of those little yellow stickers, taped to them, and it just said you just had a dollar symbol and 6 at the end. And I was like, by that point I had been watching LGR for a while, and I was like, okay, I'll give this a shot. I mean, for $6 and getting all this, I guess I can try it out. I'd always resisted trying The Sims. As much as I like pretty much everything that came out of Maxis, I'd always resisted playing The Sims, because I was like, life simulation, I mean, come on, how boring is that? But yeah, the game won me over in the end. And now I own the first free games with all their expansion packs, because I just like dealing with them, and so that's a thing I'm enjoyed. And as you can see, again, initial loading. But here's the thing: I'm willing to put up with this because you never encounter loading in the game, so it has to load everything in the town. And what's more, if I went in and cleaned this file, there's a program called File Cleaner, and if I went in and cleaned this file, I'm sure I could get the load time down. I just haven't done it yet, because I've been pretty much obsessed for like the past probably like, yeah, It's probably been like 5 days, probably, that I've been obsessed. It's been since I successfully live streamed, reading Spider Girl number 11. I've been obsessed with just figuring out how the live streaming of playing a video game works. At first, I thought it was going to be simple, but it wasn't. And so, yeah, I don't know why it requires windowed mode, though. You would think full screen would be preferable because it only has to keep track of one program on the screen at a time, and what's more, you think streamers would prefer playing in full screen mode, where if they don't have to show off their desktop, they just have, and people watching the stream would prefer to see just the game. So, yeah, let's see. So let's see here, and just come on, that last little bit, just load already. Load. Do 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 do. This is like waiting in the doctor's office right now. This is like waiting around. This is like when after you've been called from the waiting room, and you go and the nurse has taken your blood pressure and weighed you, and then you have to wait in the other waiting room. Because they have to have two waiting rooms because they are just, I don't know, they are just full of themselves or determined to monopolize all your time. So, yeah, here it is. So, yeah, some people have died. 2 children and a woman have died in this game due to house fires, and the woman was a vampire, and she just didn't. The thing I hate about windowed mode is that you can't edge scroll. It's impossible. You have to go around using this complicated setup with arrow keys that are way too close to the mouse for that to be comfortable. So you have to, use all this. So they're all fighting, as you can see, over this stuff, because anytime somebody wants to take a shower or use the toilet, they have to shoo everyone out. And, yeah. And it's like, good night. And so everyone is exhausted, everyone is starving, and then to add insult to injury, I'm going to take away their outside stoves. Yeah. Now the vampire died of, she died of first because she was too busy reacting to the other Sims dying and fainting around her to follow my instructions and get herself some and drink some blood. So as you can see, everyone is pretty much miserable, including Londo. So yeah. But yeah, as you can see, it's really clunky having to use the keyboard to scroll around just because you're in full screen, just because you're in windowed mode. Up, there goes Michael. There he goes. He's down. She's the only one who's happy, and she's been romantically betrayed. So yeah, now we're